Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez here at the Alert Center. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Today we are talking about a sandwich here at the Alert Center, the Reuben sandwich specifically. And there's a new documentary that is called Finding Reuben, because if you're like me, when I first moved to Omaha, there was a lot of controversy surrounding where exactly this sandwich came from and who was responsible, and do you like Reubens, and goodness, what is a Reuben to begin with? So to help us maybe answer some of those questions and to get you a bit psyched about this documentary film is the writer and director, Kathleen, who joins us now at the Alert Center. Kathleen, thank you so much for your time today.
Hi, Jacqueline. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. So for those who may not know, what is a Reuben sandwich? What is it?
Well, I can't believe there's anybody out there that doesn't know. But for the few of you who do not, is this amazing, delicious concoction of rye bread, sauerkraut, Thousand Island dressing, Swiss cheese, and of course, corned beef.
Okay, so the question I'm sure everyone wants to know. So do you like Reuben sandwiches?
Love them. They're a big part of my family history.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is a personal story for me, and I'm very much aware of the controversy between New York and Omaha as to the originations of the Reuben sandwich, and it really spurred me on to settle the story and tell a deliciously entertaining story about where it came from, why, how, and tales of the origin story.
Yeah, kind of all of the above, my goodness. So this is, like you're saying, a very Omaha-centric story, and you try to get to the bottom of the question, where did the Reuben come from? And there are 3 out of 4 of these stories, if I'm not mistaken, that are all based out of here in Omaha that are trying to kind of convince you, right?
Yeah, so, we've got the New York story, which, talks about Arnold Reuben and his restaurant in the early 1900s. And then we have the Omaha story, which takes place at the Blackstone Hotel, which is now the Kimpton Cottonwood. And there are 4 families involved in this. And one of the things that they were setting out to do, to talk to the families. I mean, we've got the Kulikovskis, we've got the, Reuben was a Kulikovsky. We've got the Schimmels, the owners and folks that ran the Blackstone for decades. We've got my family. I'm a Welch, but my mom's maiden name is Buddha, and her father was the executive chef at the Orleans Room at the Blackstone for over 2 decades. We also have the Snyder family. We've got Fern Snyder, who was the waitress formerly at the Blackstone, who entered the Reuben sandwich into the 1956 National Sandwich Idea competition sponsored by the Wheat Growers Association. And that's really what put the Reuben on the map nationally. So we have a lot of involvement with families in and around town, still looking for some people that are descendants of Fern Snyder. So I'm putting out the call, if you don't mind. And
yes, please, go ahead. Don't mind at all.
Let people know where to go. I mean, we want stories. We want stories for the documentary, not only about the people that were involved, but the people who love the Reuben and why and what your memories are. I mean, it tends to bring people to the table.
Right. Literally.
We have a website. It is findingreubenmovie.com. And there is information for you, but there's also a spot where you can write to us, tell us your story, tell us your family story, and hopefully make it into the documentary.
Okay, yeah, I think I saw that. So let me head over there real quick to your website if you don't mind. Here we go, Finding Reuben. I love this, a delicious history slathered in mystery. And it really is, and this, I love this too. You kind of go through the whole, there you go, there's the Reuben. And here is the part here where if you have a story to share, this is where you can input your information, right? So I like that you made this kind of easy for our viewers. So my information is about the history of the sandwich, or my goodness, you just love those Reubens and you want to share your love for it. So you want your first and last name, the email, your phone number, and then tell them a little bit about your story, right? So you want the facts. You want to know why this is such a big deal for you at home, for the people of Omaha, why you love the Reuben sandwich. And I don't know, maybe there's some Reuben haters out there. So maybe Kathleen, I don't know if you've heard of them yet, from them yet, but it might be kind of an interesting twist.
No, you know what I would love to get is a dialogue between like two people, partners or siblings or whatever, one who loves and one who hates, and you know, hey, we're equal opportunity Reuben, I don't know, lovers and creators of this documentary that we want to bring, because it's such an American story, you know, this sandwich, and it brings out a lot of passion and emotion for people, shockingly so. I mean, I love it as a family, you know, part of my family history. But just working on this project, it's been amazing what people want to share with me about their history and their love of the Reuben.
So when will we be able to watch this film here in Omaha?
Well, we are in pre-production now, and we don't have a scheduled shooting date. We're still gathering information. As much as I feel my family is part of this history, this is fact-based. There's just been so much disinformation and misinformation out there about the Reuben. There's been so many articles, and there's posts and blogs and, you know, Instagram, all this, and like people just get it wrong. And I'm really dedicated to finding the facts. So we're not going to start until I've got it nailed down. I have a really good idea of how this story happened. But again, we're detectives. We want the facts.
Okay, so can you give us any fun facts or any clues as to what you've discovered so far, or do we have to wait for the film?
I would say that the legend in my family is like the legends in a lot of people's families when they have a history with the subject. I think that all the good legends are partially true and partially fiction, and that's what I'm finding out about this particular story.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Kathleen, thank you so much for your time today. Excited to just hear how the story develops, and who knows, maybe you'll get some more people who kind of, you know, give you their information on your website, and the story takes another turn, right? So thank you so much for joining us at the Alert Center. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Jacqueline.
All right, we'll see ya.
See ya.
All right, guys, if you're just joining us at the Alert Center, we were speaking with writer and director Kathleen Welch Markel about the very exciting documentary called Finding Reuben. And, you know, a lot of controversy clearly here in Omaha and around the nation, really. She focuses on a specific spot in New York as well for, you know, where did the Reuben come from exactly? So that is in pre-production right now, but exciting to have a quick interview on that topic. Now, before we go, this is a cool shot from our Blackstone camera, a live look for you. Some raindrops on the lens there. So as we take a quick look at our weather here, Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord says expect a cloudy day, 80% chance of scattered showers and a few storms. So perhaps this is one of those scattered showers. A high of 62. Tonight, cloudy, a 20% chance of showers, a low of 53. Then a nice shot of the Missouri River with the American flag blowing in the wind there. Thursday, a 30% chance of morning and evening showers, a high of 70. And as we head into Friday, let's take a look from our first national camera here. Mostly cloudy and breezy, a 30% chance of showers out there with a high of 62. My goodness, another flag in that shot as we take a look back towards the Blackstone district. Now, in the meantime, you can always get more information on the stories that we're working on right now on our website. That's firstalert6.com. And be sure and stay tuned for our broadcast at 3 o'clock with our Dave Zavolinsky. We'll see you then.